Previously on New Crits on the Block.
Sophia appears in front of you, blocking the way, and she's actually has her arms out like she's blocking the way physically, like she doesn't want you to go through.
I'm going to pull out my gun. I shoot her in the leg with electroplasmic ammunition.
This book is no longer golden and leather bound, but appears to be made from the very skin that you saw being stitched together from it. And then abruptly you notice that the book is like it once was, appearing as though nothing has ever happened, and it has kept its golden leather with that beautiful sun in the middle.
Are we supposed to still give this book to Styx?
No, you're gonna give that book to me. And welcome back to New Crits on the Block, where we tell daring stories of ghosts and heists and, quick, somebody else give me another
I don't
thing.
think I heard the T in either one of those words.
Heist.
Ghosts.
So
Ghosts.
I just heard ghosts and heists.
Yeah.
Right?
Heist.
He's not doing any T's. He's not doing
Yeah, I
any
guess that's
T's.
true.
It's a T-less
No
night.
T's.
It's a T-less episode.
That was a hardware issue.
Ben's spilling the tea literally. All the T's are gone. T's are
Still
spilled.
in the
Sounds
ground.
good.
He's got a T guard instead of a P guard on his microphone there.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yes.
TikTok.
I was just going to say the hardware issue was my own like body and brain.
No,
He's
we got it.
gross.
He's a teetotaler, but instead of like no alcohol or caffeine, it's just teas he doesn't do.
They're the bad guys.
They're the
What the
bad
hell?
guys.
What the hell's a teetotaler?
Oh, it's a teetotaler? Look it up.
Just
Okay.
explain it to
Or
him.
just tell him.
I just
I'll
did.
just look it up, I guess.
I literally said it.
Yeah,
It's
he's
someone
Say it
who-
again. He just asked a
why'd you tell
question.
me
I just never heard the term.
Because
That's-
if he
that's
wants
the great
more
audio.
information on it,
Him
then look it
Googling
up. I gave him the Cliff's notes there. If he wants more information, he can do his own research. Okay.
Wow.
So-
Yeah, hitting him with that
Those.
old chestnut.
When I hit the
Do
when
your own
I
research,
Googled,
decide for yourself.
That's
when I
right.
Googled it, it said, teetotaler, and then it said teetotalism, which if you didn't know what that was, and I told you that I was a strict follower of teetotalism, you'd be like, ooh.
Yeah, see?
I don't know what that is, but it sounds problematic.
It sounds aggressive. It does, to be fair.
There's a lot of T's
Right.
in that.
Like if I looked at somebody who was different than me and I told them I was I followed teetotalism and just stared at them, they'd be like,
I thought I would just think you're like a flat earther or something, to be honest. Like that would be the new phrase.
No, it's just about they're like super against like alcohol consumption.
well, I assume any mind-altering substance.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing. Which is why I said, like,
straightest of edges.
yeah.
Well, guess
the
what? There
straightest of
aren't
edges.
any of those people in this world, because the only way to get rid of your stress is to imbibe in some type
Sin.
of terrible sin.
To
Yes.
sin.
Speaking of stress, when we last left off, you guys managed to,
Have it.
avoid the
Have it.
effects of the book causing your minds to break by instead resisting that harm. But you all took on large amounts of stress. So, yeah, none of you have fully stressed out, meaning that you're all still in this score. But after obtaining the book and then walking out of the library, you heard a voice after I think Arlo said, we're not going to give this book away, right? You heard somebody in the distance out in the darkness say, no, you're going to give the book to me. And from the darkness appeared a man holding another man on what I described as like a collar with a big like stick attached to it, kind of like a man catcher. And that man who was on the end of that stick was kind of shambling around. He wasn't the one who was talking. He looked, I didn't really say this, but he looks not all there. almost as though his behaviors are almost kind of zombie-like. However, Lila, you recognize this person as Bazos.
Which is who again?
The person
Bazos was the person initially who was hired to come find the book. You didn't know that up until Styx had sent you out here. He admitted that Bazos was the original person to find the book. And he was the one whose spirit was being transported by the foghounds that you had to break out in your first mission.
Thank you.
And then also his spirit vessel got destroyed and his spirit got released somewhere in Duskfall. So there's that too.
But yet his body
is here.
His body's here. And
he's the one on the pole, or is he the one holding?
No, he's the one on the pole.
Hell yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the pole, Bazos.
So he's just a husk at this point. Do we know that that's how that works? Or like...
You would probably be somewhat aware of it. None of you are whispers. None of you are specifically, playbooks that are designed to deal with that kind of stuff. The arcane, the occult, ghosts. However, with the knowledge you just obtained from the Necronomicon, you have probably... If you didn't already know about it, you know enough now that yes, when a person's soul is ripped out of their body, but their body is not straight up killed, you kind of wind up with this situation where you get a duality. You have a soul wandering around free of its body, but then the body still exists and it's almost very zombie-like. And then, Christy, I think you said husk, because I think that is technically the official term.
Yes, I knew that.
Nope, I just Googled it. No words for husk.
Damn it. I didn't know that. I was just inventing that for world building, because that's what we're doing here, right? Now they're called husks. That's canonical.
No, there's like husks in like a Mass Effect. They're like the brain dead.
No, I made it up. It's new. And cool and fun.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a hollow.
That's not as good.
Yeah, there's a
it has an H in it. And a W. That's pretty good.
Very
it does
good.
have an H in it.
Wow, good job.
They call them a hollow. Specifically in the book, it says a living body without a spirit, usually dim-witted and easily controlled. So I'm going to give you what the book says. That's what you know about a hollow. This one seems almost kind of like zombie-like. He's trying to move towards you guys, but this other guy seems to be holding him by the neck on this collar. Okay. It's like he has like a hook on the back of it.
Would any of us?
Go ahead.
Chrissy, would any of our other characters know who Bazos is?
Probably you, Arlo, as being someone.
Like obviously they know the name, but like as far as like the face, right? Like the actual person.
I mean, he's a gang leader, so if you are affiliated with anything that would have been gang related, or seeing him come and go when he's visiting me, which is likely
I think,
for you.
Yeah, Arlo, that makes sense. I guess it's a question for them too, if they know like of Bezos.
It wouldn't make a lot of sense for Rufus or Zinc to probably know who he was. Obviously, Lila knows. And, you can make the argument that Arlo at some point had seen him. But
I just meant like personally, because they probably know his name. You know what I mean?
It was Lila's friend. Contact, I think, is the official term. But yeah.
Okay.
He's my friend.
So yeah, the guy just said that you need to give the book to me.
Ooh, you really don't want to know what's in this book, man.
Don't care. Wasn't hired to know what's in it. Was hired to get it.
Wait.
Obviously, you got it. Now you're going to give it to us.
Yeah, here's the thing.
We all sound gravelly in this world, don't we?
Not me.
Not me. My voice is smooth as butter.
Why are you copying me?
Maybe you're copying me.
No, I was here first.
Well, in the
Jinx,
story, yeah, but damn it. Wait, actual coke? Because I could be behind that. Wait, did we just become best friends?
You want to just get out of here and do some coke?
No, I want you to give me the goddamn book.
We're not giving you the book.
Wait, why are we not giving him the book? Who cares? Isn't he paying us?
No, he's not Styx. He's not the person who paid us. He's just some guy, right?
Yeah, you've never seen this guy before.
Well, hey, are you gonna pay us money then? Because another guy's offering us 30 coin. Shut up.
Oh, well.
Jeez.
30 coin.
Another person's offering us 30 coin for that. We'll half it for you. 50% off. Only today. Fire sale. 15 coin right now. It's yours.
Unfortunately,
you're poor.
We were only offered 8.
Oh, sounds like you got a raw deal.
Not a very good negotiator.
Well, the good news is that I'm being given the opportunity to make that up because we're going to negotiate how you're going to give me the book, and I'm not going to pay you anything for it.
What book? That book? That book.
I mean,
there's
we're in a
tons
library.
of books back there.
Yeah, it's that one. That one.
All we got was maps.
That one.
We have lots of maps.
That one.
Zinc, you said that you always wear your top hat, right?
I do.
Somewhere off in the distance, you hear a gunshot, and your top hat is knocked off the top of your head. And it wasn't the guy who you're talking to who fired. You can see him very clearly. Next one's not gonna miss.
You realize like we're in Ghost.
Hey,
making a bunch of noise.
I'd say that one didn't miss in the first place. I'm gonna pick my hat up off the ground, put it back on with a little smoking hole in it. Okay, hold on though.
Trust me, I realize we're in a ghost town. We've had encounters with ghosts.
Where's the hole in my hat? Because I can get his trajectory. I know where the shot came from.
Pretty much when you glance at your hat, that's a good thing. You know what? I can't just give you to that. You gotta give me some type of check.
You can't just know things.
Yeah, how dare you?
No.
Look at the direction that.
Well, just look at the direction that the bullet hole's in.
Well, not even the bullet hole, the direction the hat fell in, because it'll knock it in the opposite direction.
Or both.
Yeah.
Or both.
What if you hit it at an angle and it like spun off?
It's not unwanted. Don't try to unwanted this shit.
That's not how it goes.
Curve the bullet.
You're not.
All right. What do you want me to roll for that?
That's up to you.
I forgot the male lead of that movie.
Prowl.
Is it though? Because I'm going to say prowl, dum-dum. You sure it's up to me?
If you say prowl, I'm going to say it has limited effect though.
I don't care. I'm going to say I don't care. Is what I'm going to say, because hold on.
Can someone else who has maybe a better thing look at it?
Okay, how about finesse? Because I would know. Yeah, I would know
misdirection
of my hat falling.
That
These
makes
are
slightly
kind of
more
limited,
sense. Yeah,
to be
go
fair.
ahead.
Yay! Okay, rolling.
Just hoping. Yeah.
4. I got a 4.
All right. I didn't actually give you position. I know you said risky. It would have been controlled because
it doesn't matter. I just rolled.
Yeah.
You let me know.
Yeah, it would have been controlled standard. From behind him.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of like poke my head, looking past the guy, and kind of point my finger in that general direction. Hey, you better watch it back there, mister. I know you're back there somewhere. I know it. I know it's where the bullet came from because my hat came off right that direction. So, good job giving your position away.
Listen.
We got a guy that could do that too. Show him. And I'll look back at Rufus.
I just cock my gun. Actually, no, it's lever action.
Yeah, we could do that.
Do you point it at him? Or is it it's still pointing at the ground?
No, just like up in the air, just, little, putting one in the chamber.
Who has the book?
I do. It's in my backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we did say that Arlo had it. It's a big book. You'd probably give it to the
I would probably
guy.
be taking the backpack off after he shot and or I don't know, because we might run. So I'll leave it on for now.
Ben, how many people are there again? Like total,
At the moment, you've seen 2.
But there's a third from the shot.
Well, more than 2 at least.
Yeah, 2 plus.
Yeah, we don't know if there's more.
What's with your zombie friend here?
Yes, I'm going to need him back, by the way.
I don't think you're going to want him back. There's not much of him left. Listen,
the parts that I liked are left anyway, so I'll just take him and you can go before we end you.
That's cute.
I'm pretty stressed out right now. I don't know if we really want to get into a full-blown battle. My ankle's kind of twisted.
You've given it away. Everyone, focus on his ankle.
I'm whispering.
Kick his ankle.
I'm not yelling out at these guys. Hey, I got a twisted ankle.
Whacked head.
Yeah,
well, I'm just fine. As like I'm sweating bullets. I can barely keep it together. I'm shaking profusely like a leaf on a tree.
Yeah, because we're kind of
you're only stressed out. You're not really all that injured.
That's what I'm saying. I'm barely holding it together.
Yeah.
I will say I've forgotten to make you guys roll with less effect due to your injuries. But I guess we're almost done with the score. So we'll just say that for some reason it didn't affect you this time. And I got to remember that moving forward. No, but other people are.
Yeah.
Excuse me. May I have a moment to confer with my colleagues?
You may have, I'll say 10 moments. And he starts counting down from 10. I'm not going to actually do that over you
Mississippi.
1 Dosk River.
No. It's SSIPPI. You have to spell it.
You got to spell it.
Okay, everybody huddle up.
And good luck. There's 100% he doesn't know how to spell Mississippi. By the way,
it's pretty common to be illiterate here.
The character or the DM, by the way. Not a chance.
Neither one of them.
Hey.
Not a chance.
Go ahead, Ben. You can't Google it.
MISSI. It's MISSIPPI, right?
Okay, we're wasting precious Mississippi's. Everybody huddle up.
Okay, sorry. Okay, what is it? What's your plan?
I say we give him the book.
No.
But we need the money.
No,
we can't give him the book.
No, but we toss him the book and then they touch the book. And then they open the book because they're going to. And then when they get all, they start crying blood and they're all like shocked. And then we just take the book back. We run.
Or we just go tell our little ghost friend in there that he's trying to take the book and she'll eat him or something.
Yeah. That's
that
actually not a bad idea.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
You will know that since you picked up this book, you do feel more connected to
just
ghosts and
sick all the ghosts on him.
Yeah. You also know that you really don't want to give it up. Remember there was that strong attachment to it. That doesn't mean you couldn't give it up temporarily. I'm not telling you can't do things, but just being meh.
We're compelled internally to keep the book.
Yeah.
Regardless.
And also the only way that I think anyone
even if we have no intention
is if we die.
It's mine. Why shouldn't I keep it?
No, I mean to Brian's idea, I think that you could probably give it to them with the full intent of taking it back. I mean, I'm not gonna.
If it's a strategic plan,
right.
Or
we do have the ghost.
Or hey, babe,
Sophia.
babe.
You're on babe terms. Wow.
Why not?
I think we have to go back into the library.
We do.
I don't think she goes out of it.
Are we outside?
Yeah.
Well, she can leave the town. She just can't leave.
Oh, that's right. She said she could leave the town. She was going to do that. Okay.
Yeah. Well, she has no purpose in there.
So you're trying to
babe.
Hey, babe.
Trigger.
Hey,
you're trying to
hey, babe.
So you're just yelling babe
baby
out
girl,
in the,
baby girl.
Out in the dark.
but we're putting the emphasis on it.
As you're doing all this, the guy goes, "For Mrs. MIS."
There's no way you got this.
You're doing great.
And
you're doing great.
Proceeds
keep going, buddy.
With his other hand that he's not holding onto the pole, takes a pistol out of a holster and points it at you guys and just goes, enough of this nonsense.
I pull mine out. Hey, I got one too, but we got 4 moments. Give us 4 more moments.
That's right. You agree.
So you guys are both pointing guns at each other?
Are we not honorable men? Is there no honor among thieves?
Sophia!
Babe!
Babe.
So are you trying to commune with Sophia and somehow almost summon her to your presence?
Yes, we're trying to conjure her.
How are you doing that?
Well, because we have a connection now
I guess
because of the
attune.
book.
Right. But what are you rolling?
Attune.
I have 1 attune.
I have
Okay.
2 attune.
I have 2.
Two
I have
attune.
I have
Roll
2
two.
attune.
I
Roll
also
2
have
tune.
2 attune.
Okay.
Who can afford to take a stress?
No one.
No one.
Well,
you
I
just
have
roll out
3 left.
So a reminder, if you push yourself, it's 2 stress. But if you assist somebody, it's only 1. So
I can't take 1.
Guys,
Yeah,
I can't. So you have 2 attune, just roll it.
I'm going to roll it. Who wants to roll it? Brian,
Matt,
you want to roll
you
it?
could take 1.
I
I
can
ain't
take a
taking
stress.
stress.
I can take
I
a
know, I'm
stress.
just telling you. Yeah. Rufus and Arlo can. Lila and
I can't.
Zane.
I have
Lila
1
cannot.
left.
Yes, technically I can, but no.
Yeah, can and should.
I need a
is-
little buffer
yeah.
here.
I have to
Yeah.
I have to take 1 more stress. That I have to get 10 stress.
Okay.
No. I'm sorry.
Wait, so who
I'm
has 2
sorry.
attune?
I have 2 attune.
That's it.
And so
Can
do
you
you, Brian.
assist me
Yeah,
and
I'll
take
assist
a
you.
stress?
Yep, I'll assist you.
Perfect. Okay, we got there.
we got
Okay,
this.
so that
We
gives
know
me
how
a
to play.
bonus dice. Is that
Yeah.
Of 1 dice, yes.
what's
Yeah.
my position?
This is he's pointing a gun at you. This is desperate.
Okay.
For standard effect, I mean you guys have had a lot of communication with her.
Yes. Okay,
I'd
and
almost
then
say
1
great
bonus
effect.
dice.
We're good friends. She was going to come visit us.
Yeah, she wants to help us.
Yeah.
One would argue. He's not listening.
No,
1
he's not.
bonus dice.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I said yes. You have 1
Yeah.
bonus.
Yeah.
dice.
Oh, no,
We were
he
still
answered that.
arguing the
for a
the
great for great
effect.
effect. Yeah.
We're still arguing that.
I-
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I got a 6, a 1, and a 1. But a 6.
Oh.
All right.
Nice.
So this guy is pointing his pistol at you guys, telling you enough nonsense. We are not doing this anymore. You're going to give up that book right now. He has Bazos essentially on a leash, and Bazos is trying to like shamble towards you. And as you're yelling out, babe, which I guess is your dark ritual that you do in order to summon ghosts.
Yeah, we say babe 3 times.
Yeah. And then the ghost of Babe Ruth shows up.
Honestly, I take it.
Or the pig.
Mm-hmm.
Either one.
Or the reporter in Mr. Deeds, I believe is her name, Babe.
Babe.
Oh yeah. No, I think you're right.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
from behind.
Nice.
and the only reason I remember that's because the guy goes, "Where's Babe?" Like that. And that's the only reason I remember.
Babe.
Yeah.
From behind this man holding Bazos on a leash, you see Sophia start to rise up out of the ground like she's actually coming out of the earth behind him. This man is pointing this pistol at you, his finger on the trigger. You can see him beginning to squeeze the trigger when all of a sudden she just, it's difficult to describe it. It's like she jumps on his back, but she goes like through him as she does this. And this action, he does squeeze off a shot, mostly just out of the whatever he's experiencing of having been attacked by a ghost. This shot thankfully misses you all. That's the effect of rolling a 6, is that you don't have any consequence. Yeah, he's pointing a gun at you. And so no harm comes to any of you, but now 2 shots have been fired. You know there's another person somewhere who has a gun. And when this happens, nearby, not far away, but further back in the darkness, you hear somebody else go, "Oh shit!" And as this guy squeezes off this trigger and gets attacked by this ghost, he almost starts convulsing and like drooling and foaming at the mouth. And he lets go of this leash holding on to Bazos as Bazos begins shambling towards you guys. What do you do now? You now know that there is another person there. So there's at least one guy with a gun far away. There is a hollow of Bazos shambling towards you, and somebody else is there, but you don't know anything about him.
Would we know anything about like hollows? Like,
yeah, what I said, which is that they are bodies without souls.
Well, yeah, no, I meant like, I don't have. Would I have to use like the? I can't remember how the electroplasma stuff. Okay,
they are bodies without souls.
Okay.
So
I just wanted to make. I just didn't know if a sword was going to be effective or not. If I needed to figure out how to get that Vorpal sword back.
It would be no. They would be just as effective as any other person would be when being attacked with a weapon. In fact, probably more effective because they probably lack the ability to like zombies. They probably have lacked the ability to kind of like protect themselves as well as you might expect. So now this guy is shambling towards you and there's somebody in the distance doing something and you know that there's a long range gunner somewhere.
Explain to me again what the setup is. That like holding an action?
A setup action is when you're like helping everyone else follow through on something. So,
is that like the lead? Like
you have an indirect effect on an obstacle. So like, for example, when you threw down the rope, anybody who follows through gets a +1 level of effect or an improved position. Okay. So, for example, like when you were holding the rope, it's that kind of thing.
Okay. Because I what I want to do is position myself between like my group and this shambling Bezos. But while I do that, I look back to Rufus. Do you think you can take out the other guy?
Yeah, I think I can if I can see him.
Do it. And I go to like I don't really want to like run at him to be honest.
Okay. You can put yourself in front of him like you're trying to protect the party.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I'll let Rufus do his thing.
All right. We can come back to you in a second. We'll find out what happens. Rufus, what do you do in order to pinpoint one of these other two guys?
I think I would rely on my hunting pet to, once that guy kind of went, oh shit, like he would kind of like see, like his ears would kind of go, in that direction, or he'd look and point. So I'd kind of look to him to show me where at least one of them, probably the one that belted out, because the one that is popping off shots is probably covered, but the other guy, because he's looking at us, right? Saying, oh shit.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the other guy probably wasn't far away from the guy who just got ghost eaten. He just was like in the dark. He didn't sound like he was all that far away. Okay. So what action do you use in order to use your puppers, whose name I always forget? I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Asena to position this person.
I'm going to use I'm going to use my eyes, because like she's going to point in that general direction, and I'm going to use my sense of, where that person is and pop off a shot.
What action do you use in order to locate them? Okay. Yeah, to gather information about a location and movement with precise shooting. Okay. This action is, I'm going to say, you don't really know what this person's doing. So it's at the very least risky because something's happening. Everything's already gone off. Things could go bad. But I'm going to say it has limited effect. Now, that being said, because you're shooting into the dark, you got a general idea, but you can trade position for effect. If you want to, you can make it desperate for standard. I will say that one more tick into desperate, you get another tick into insight. That might not be a bad idea. Now, remember though, if you screw up, it goes real bad. You don't necessarily have to take the risk now. So far, you guys have taken out one of them, kinda.
Yeah, I think I'm going to
I mean, you don't even necessarily shoot, just find his location first.
Well, I want to also if I miss, I just shoot in his general direction and scare him off, or at least, make him take cover.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. Let's see what you roll, and then I'll decide what happens.
I'm not gonna roll desperate.
Okay. Risky for limited. I'm gonna say that if you definitely have the ability to hit this guy, more likely you'll be able to pinpoint him. But let's see what happens.
Motherfucker. I rolled a 1, a 2, and a 2.
Okay, well, it's a good thing you didn't take that desperate action, because this would have gone real bad. Yeah. You point in the direction that Asena let you know, and you fire a shot into that direction, and nothing seems to happen.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't really see anything, and nothing seems to happen. But then you do see something, and what you see is a little click of a flame. And then it looks like something is glowing in the distance. And then that glowing thing is now being hurled towards you guys. And what has just happened is once you started firing, this other guy appears to have explosives. And he has now thrown an explosive item at you. You're going to take harm because you failed in your roll.
Hey everyone, it's your favorite player, Matt, and welcome to this week's Middle Break. Now, next week, you know what holiday's coming up soon, huh? What is it? It's October, it's fall. Oh, that's right, I'm Italian. It's a Halloween. It's a Halloween man, which I guess I kind of am a Halloween man, because next week we got a one shot. Well, technically it's a two-parter because it went a little bit longer, but we have our annual spooktacular one shot. And this one's going to be a little bit different than it has been over the last couple of years. Still in the same vein. Don't worry. There's going to be some spooky stuff, but there's a little twist to it. So we'll let you I just wanted to give you the FYI that it's going to be coming up next week and to be excited and expecting that. Now, before we get there, there's things you could do to help our podcast grow so we can continue to do these It's a Me Halloween Man episodes. The first thing you can do is subscribe, rate, and review to our podcast wherever you get our podcast from. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever podcatcher you use, go there, hit the subscribe button, leave a nice 5-star review, download the episodes, and write a synopsis about why you like our podcast so that other people who might stumble across it could read it and think that they would enjoy it too. Also, make sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms. You can find us on Twitter at New Crits and on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at New Crits on the Block. It's your best way to keep up with all things New Crits. And honestly, the best way to help us there is post those posts to your own channels. Share them to your feeds, to your stories, wherever it is you're resharing them to. We're only growing through word of mouth right now. And so we rely on you guys to help spread the good word of New Crits. And by doing those small things, I promise you it really does go a long way. One of the ways we like to give back to our community for being so amazing is we have a Discord. Yes, a Discord for all things New Crits, but not all things New Crits. Of course, you can come in there and talk about the show, talk to the cast, talk to other fans. But if you just want somewhere to hang, yeah, you can do that there too. It's a safe, inclusive space that we have cultivated over the last few years. We are so happy with what it is. So if you're not part of that community yet, well, what the heck are you waiting for? And you might be thinking, well, Matt, I want to help you do all these things, but where do I get to all the places that you just mentioned? Well, from our link tree, of course, linktr.ee/Newcrits on the Block. We'll get you to all the places that I mentioned and some places that I didn't even have time to mention. linktr.ee/Newcrits on the Block. It is your central hub for all things New Crits. All right, everyone, let's get you back into this week's episode. Thank you so much for listening this week. Again, next week we start our one part of 2 of our Halloween Spooktacular this year, so we hope you join us for that. But we will, of course, see you next week because we come out with new episodes every single Monday. That ain't stopping anytime soon. So until then, enjoy the rest of the episode. We love you all. Take care of each other. Be excellent to each other. Stay safe out there. Bye-bye.
Let's go ahead and give you a level 1 harm called shrapnel. Yeah, this thing lands next to you and you look down at it And you have that momentary like, oh, fuck. And it blows up at your feet and you get a bunch of like rock and debris and glass embedded into your face, hands, and chest, which probably doesn't feel very good. It also makes a really loud noise and illuminates the area. Meanwhile, Sophia is consuming this person's soul who is holding Bazos. Bazos has now made his way to Arlo. Arlo, you're going to have to deal with this. I will mention to you that Sophia looks, when you saw her before, she didn't look feral. She looked like a regular person who just was a ghost. She looks more feral now that she's like actively attacking someone.
I'd assume that.
Yeah, it seems like being, no matter how well controlled you are, the hunger of life when you start to consume it still gives you a certain effect.
Okay, well.
Anyway, yeah, this shambling guy is coming at you with. He doesn't have any weapons or anything on him, and he has the collar on the back of his neck. But because the guy just let it go, so it's just dragging behind him. But he's coming at you with snapping teeth and clawing hands.
Okay, I'm going to.
Can I just say before, as all this is popping off, Zinc is basically hiding because he knew he was in the crosshairs of some sharpshooter.
Yeah, you can roll. We can have you roll a prowl here in a second to hide. But
okay,
in the meantime,
just letting you know before you're like, and he shoots Zinc because he didn't say anything. I'm like, no, I'm getting the hell out of there.
Yeah, I'm in the library door.
Okay, just FYI.
Like an earthquake.
Part of the game is I'm not really supposed to just be like, and then this happens to you because you didn't check for traps, so now you die. It's more like
reactionary to the roll.
You rolled bad, and so now I gotta give you an effect. Yeah.
Can I
just
go?
making sure.
Is it? I mean, okay, since we're still learning.
Mm-hmm, of course. What's up?
So Rufus just took some harm.
Yeah.
Right? What level?
A level 1 harm.
Okay. Are we allowed to use armor? Because like we have uses of that and those are supposed to they're supposed to negate the harms we take.
Oh yeah.
Right. I actually kind of forgot about this. So
yeah, we have armor uses and then we have armor in our inventory. And I mean, I might not have so much, but we all took heavy loads. So I feel like we all should have at least some amount of armor and that might have mitigated some of this harm we've taken. Not that you've used it against us at this point, because the only thing that happens if we have a harm, right, is less effect, and you're not really holding us to that.
Right.
I
correct?
just forgot this time around.
Yeah. So when that does come into play, I just want to make sure everyone's aware that we can actually.
So I will say, Rufus, if you wish to, you can negate the shrapnel if you're willing to click off those 2 boxes on armor.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
like instead of resisting, instead of resisting and taking stress, we can use armor to.
Yeah, obviously not with the mind break
I'm
thing,
reading it right here.
Really?
So I'm reading right here. If you have a type of armor that applies to the situation, you can mark an armor box to reduce or avoid consequence instead of rolling to resist. When an armor box is marked, it can't be used again until it is restored. All of your armor is restored during downtime. In other words, if you want to use 2 of your items, mark an armor, and get rid of shrapnel, what we're going to say is that bomb blew up in your face and shredded your armor, but you're essentially okay.
Sick.
I completely forgot about armor. Thank you, Christy.
Yeah. Look at you go.
Just was trying to figure out why that was on my sheet.
Because it is something you can do.
I was like, wait a second, what does this even mean? It's a nice way to avoid taking stress if we don't need to, because the only reason
stress or harm, because I don't think it combats against stress.
We take stress if we resist something, which we've been doing. We've been resisting things so that we don't get hurt.
Yeah. Well, you guys took a heavy load, so I mean,
2 ways to avoid getting hurt. We can either
physically
resist it, which takes stress, or we can use armor, which uses an armor. And I'd rather do that than hit stress.
Yeah, well,
right.
especially
And in some instances, I might not be able to be like, well, I'm sorry, I'm not going to let you use your armor because you like.
But we took heavy, so it stands to reason that at this point for this score,
100%.
we all have armor on. We said
100%. If you want to use 2 slots and take your armor, then that can protect you from effects, which Brian's character Rufus just did. So he does not have shrapnel. He's used 2 of his items. He still has 1, 2. So you used 4 of your 6 items.
Hell yeah.
I know it looks like you use 5, but a trained hunting pet is an italics, and italics items don't count. They're free. Okay, very good. So,
Sorry, we can edit all that out if we need to, but I just want
that's
to make
okay.
sure
But
that's
no,
like
people
part
need
of
to
it.
know how the game works. All right, so Arlo, what do you do about this hollow version of Bazos walking towards you, ready to he's just coming at you.
I look over to Lila real quick. Can I kill
Arlo,
him?
don't hurt him.
Oh, God damn it.
Hammer, don't hurt him.
Okay,
Arlo.
I'm gonna try.
He doesn't have a hammer, hopefully.
Avoid his initial rush and grab onto the pole. I guess is what I'm gonna do.
Okay,
that sounds terrifying. But
Next up on the pool, ladies and gentlemen,
is
Arlo.
Arlo,
It
the
sounds like a
red
porn name.
ogre.
Pour some sugar on me.
What I'd like to do is if I roll well
I'm
enough,
hot,
is to
sticky,
try
sweet.
to turn Bezos to where he's like a human meat shield for me.
Okay, so she says don't hurt him, so you use him as a shield.
Well, I don't want to have
Well,
my.
if he gets hurt, that's one
Yeah,
thing.
I
but
didn't hurt
you
him.
don't hurt him.
Yeah.
That's okay.
All right.
yeah.
So what action do you use
Oh.
in order to get behind him and get a hold of this pole?
I'm gonna sway him to let me ride his pole.
Oh,
No, I'm gonna
That's
use
my
skirmish.
job, Arlo. That's what I'm supposed
I'm
to
gonna
do.
use skirmish.
I don't think Lila needs to work too hard to get that to happen.
Yeah. Why don't you deal with him? He's your friend.
I'm hiding
because-
over here.
Because Arlo is the one who
I'm hiding
positioned
over
himself in between the two
I
of
know.
them. Okay, so you're gonna almost fight him just to get
Yeah.
behind him. Okay, yeah. I mean, I can see ways that would work. Give me a roll. This is desperate for standard effect, because if not, you're gonna get bit by a human, which is bad.
All right.
Don't get bit.
And no bonus dice. Oof. I rolled a 1, a 2, and a 2. Can I just preemptively say I'm going to use armor?
Yeah, I mean, this is the exact same thing that just happened to Rufus. He also rolled a 1, a 2, and a 2. Let me see. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is the last item you have.
Yeah.
Okay. You still have your fine hand weapon.
Yeah.
That still is on your person, but you have no other items you can pull out. Okay. You use your armor to offset. You try to go up and you're just thinking I'm just going to go up and just clock him. And that's going to kind of ring his bell a little bit. And I'll get up behind him and get the man catcher. And you go to punch this guy, and it turns out that when you don't have a soul attached to your brain, you don't really get concussed. You can't get him you can't get that head cock to knock somebody out. And so you just haul off and hit this guy as hard as you can, and his arms don't go down or anything. He just latches onto you and just sinks his teeth right into your other arm. And thankfully, though, your thick leather armor protects you, but he's growling almost as he has his teeth in your arm, and then he pulls his teeth out. It tears away at your armor, leaving it exposed.
Sick.
And now you are wrapped up in a wrestling match with a zombie.
Yeah, that's good.
Zink, you said you were hiding?
Yeah. Hey,
yeah.
help.
Yeah, I'm getting out of view, basically,
Okay.
because I don't want to be in the crosshairs of this sharpshooter.
Yeah, you're just pulling an A1. Got it.
Well, but I'm going to see if I can make my way over to try to find that sharpshooter, because it looks like these guys are all kind of preoccupied with everything going on immediately here.
Oh, there's explosions, there's ghosts, there's zombies. Yeah.
It's just to get me out of that area, and B, because I kind of know where the guy is, the general direction, I'm going to see if I can get over to him. Or
Okay.
them. I don't know. Could be a girl. Now close your eyes and imagine it's a woman, right?
You better be careful.
See, I fixed it.
Easy.
I fixed it. So that's what I'm going to try to do.
Mhm. I will tell you ahead of time, one of these people is a woman. I'm just letting you know that I decided one of them was before we started, because I was I need to have I need
That's
to be
because
careful
Ben's
about.
horny and he makes everybody a woman.
That's true. I bet she has big boobs too.
Probably. She's like a cute.
Yeah, she's
Probably
a little,
like half
probably a little
goblin.
orc. Yeah, goblin girl.
They
Yeah.
don't exist in this world.
You
Okay,
wish.
well,
though.
what does? Ben's about to home.
Whatever other fetish I decide.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm doing though. I'm getting over there, please.
Roll prowl. This is with everything going on. I'm going to say that it's risky because obviously they can see you, but I don't think anyone's probably trained on you right now.
Risky business. 2, 4, 5. So 5 is my highest roll.
Okay. You stick to the shadows and slink away and around the action and kind of go to the area where you think this other person is. And you determine that they are on a rooftop behind all the action where you were able to pinpoint their location. And you do your best to sneak up there. And you did good because they didn't see you coming. But unfortunately, when you get to the top of the rooftop, whether or not, you have to open the door behind them. They've actually have they've closed the door to the rooftop. And when you go to open it, they set up a little like tin can sound trap to make sure that like they're aware if somebody's coming up behind them. This person seems like they are a well-trained sniper. And that makes some noise and they whip around and you see an attractive young female who is resting her sniper rifle on her breasts because that's the only way to because they're gigantic and that's her tripod. No,
so is this like a sniper wolf situation we got going on here, Ben?
You're so into it.
I actually was going to say that the bomber was a female, but now I decided that once you said she had big boobs, I was like, well, yeah, we can go ahead and say that. And she's also resting her sniper rifle on there. No, I was thinking more of a High School of the Dead reference. No, this woman turns around and she is a totally normal looking person of regular proportions.
Boo.
That's what I say too when I see her. I kind of go, and then
you say boo?
No, I go, like that.
I was gonna go, she's like, ghost. And then she falls off the edge.
Yes.
She whips around and you now have a rifle pointing at you. I'm not going to say that anything directly happens because it was only a success with a consequence. The success was you got there. The consequence is you now have a gun pointed at you. Do we want to bounce back to someone else or do you want to continue?
No, go ahead.
No, it's fine, Chris.
No,
you obviously want to do a
I haven't
thing.
done anything this whole time, but please go ahead.
I just did. Go ahead. You want to be greedy? Go ahead.
Greedy is in doing one thing this whole encounter?
You want to be greedy with one thing this whole encounter? Go ahead.
No, please finish up.
All right, cool.
Go right ahead.
Great. So I imagine Ben on this rooftop. It's not just flat, right? There's never just flat rooftops, right?
There's
gonna
never
be
a flat rooftop?
Never.
There absolutely
no such
is
thing.
always.
Do you know,
No.
the architecture of...
There's ductwork. There's chimneys. There's...
I see what you're saying.
There's
Brian, is there ever flat roofs?
Never.
Not perfectly
it's rare,
flat.
but
There's things.
One would
on-
argue there shouldn't be any, but yet our shed is flat.
You tell me what you're trying. You tell me what you're trying to do.
It's not perfectly flat. But yeah.
So here's what I'm doing, Ben. So here's what I'm doing, right?
middle.
Because I have this thing trained on me. I duck behind a cover of some sort. And all of a sudden, because she knows and has aimed at me, all of a sudden she's like, all right, I'm going to get this guy when he comes out. And she sees a top hat peek around one of the corners. But guess what, Ben? That's my trap, isn't it? I want her to think that's where I'm coming from because I know she's trained on that top hat. She's already shot it once.
All right. So this is a classic sniper v sniper movie.
Some enemy at the gates shit right here.
Yeah.
Yes,
right,
it
That
is.
was the movie I was trying to think about. Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's exactly what it is.
But he jumped first. Okay. So go ahead and roll whatever it is that you're using to deceive her.
I'm still using prowl because I'm still sneaking.
Okay. I'll give you that. This is desperate for standard effect because if it doesn't work, then she's going to know that you're trying to trick her and that's going to give her an upper hand.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. A 3, 4, and a 3. So 4.
Okay. Success is that you're trying to trick her. So she sees the top hat come out and she fires at it because that's what you were trying to get her to do.
And as soon as she does, so here's my plan, and you can kind of go from there.
Okay.
So, and you can, because I know there's a consequence coming, but just so you know what my plan was, and you can kind of work from that. As soon as I hear that shot, I know she's looking in the wrong direction because that's where I want her to look. I come from the other direction, the other side, with a blade or two in my hand, as that is one of the items I can choose.
Okay.
And I'm like, ah! As I come barreling towards her to stab her and end her, because I know I got the drop on her because she shot my top hat again.
The consequence is that as you come from the other side, now that she's fired this rifle, these, big, heavy, long distance rifles are kind of like bolt action, right? She literally drops it and pulls a pistol out and points it at you. Now let's go to.
I have 2 pistols.
Yeah, well, pretty much everyone's strapped to the hip, especially people who focus on guns. Let's go to Lila. Lila, what do you want to do?
Me, okay.
You hear shooting it. You hear shooting in the distance, and you got everything.
And
else
also,
going on
you
in front
also
of you.
hear a in the distance as well.
And you don't know if that's the baby ghost?
Oh yeah, it could be the baby ghost again.
I want to go help Arlo.
Baby ghost is creepy.
Ew.
Can I tell you guys that I scared myself, by the way, while writing some of this? I was writing the scene with the baby ghost. And then I was writing it out. I was typing it out. And then I thought I heard someone in the house. My family was gone. They were at the park or something. And I was like, oh, they must have come home. And so I got up and I took walked out to the living room and I looked around and I was like, oh, nobody's here. And then I looked over to where my kids' toys are, and one of their dolls that has like realistic hair was just like peeking out behind their playhouse, and it scared the absolute shit out of me.
It's coming for you.
Anyway, okay, Arlo. No. I mean, Lila, what do you do?
What was I gonna do? Oh, I'm gonna go help Arlo.
Okay. Yeah, Arlo's tangled with Bazos, who's trying to bite him.
Yeah. So Arlo, if you could just point him over here.
Okay.
Can you do you have like any sort of control over it?
You guys are wrestling, so he can shift his weight to have now
just
his
clear yourself.
Now Bazos' back is facing you.
Okay, great. I'm going to lean over him on my little tippy heel toes and sprinkle some trance powder over the top of him. And go, sleep now, my sweetheart. Sleep.
Okay. What action do you use to put trance powder in someone's face?
I don't think I have to. It's a free action for me.
It's an item that's free, but like, how are you getting it in his face? He's also wrestling with Jake's character.
Please
what if something bad happens?
I don't think you had me do anything for it before, did you?
I think that was just role playing though at that point, because you gave it to them. You didn't use it.
Yeah. No, you have to admit you're trying to chloroform this dude. What action do you use to drug somebody in the middle of a fight?
I'm going to use sway, obviously, because I'm trying to charm him.
I'm going to give you a limited effect if you go with sway.
Probably finesse or something.
Why?
Because sway is something where you are trying to...
It's like a fast talk.
You're trying to you're trying to deceive someone into liking you because you're using your feminine wiles to be like, oh, you should pay attention to me. You're chloroforming this guy. You're putting drugs in his face.
All right. So it's not up to us. Okay, I'm going to use finesse.
No, it is.
Then.
You'll just have limited effect. Okay, finesse will have standard effect.
I will use finesse, but I want to see, can I use my trust in me to get a +1D versus a target with whom I have an intimate relationship?
I
know exactly the trajectory of his nose holes.
You've done this before.
And we don't want to know why.
You don't. He's into weird stuff.
Yeah, you can totally.
Nice.
Just
Is that one
know
of your
stuff?
special abilities?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's my special.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay,
she's-
the position,
Christy even
I'm
told
sorry,
me she
was-
was like, I don't know if this is going to come in use, and I'm like, you'd be surprised. These things just kind of pop up.
I'm gonna make sure I can use it anytime I can. Position, I'm sorry, is what?
This is risky because its attention
Risky?
is mostly faced on Jake's character for standard effect.
Standard effect and my bonus dice. Okay.
Oh, please, God. Please roll well.
Oh, okay. I got a 5 and a 4.
Okay. So you managed to get this trance powder into his face. How exactly you do that? You put it on a cloth, you spray it in his face, whatever. It succeeds. And the success is that he is now looking very like drowsy and seems to be like has lost a lot of his strength wrestling with Arlo. The unfortunate effect is for the rest of this encounter, Arlo also gets dosed with it a little bit too.
The heck for a 5 and a 4?
It's a success with a consequence. So for all intents and purposes, this guy is Bazos is now just lying on the ground, like chewing on his own arm.
Okay.
But then
It just says it doesn't make them unconscious. It just makes them calm and suggestible, like hypnotism.
right. Well, he's a zombie-like guy, so he's no longer
Right. But I'm saying for
Trying
Arlo's
to-
sake, Arlo's not a complete idiot. He's just suggestible and chill now.
right. So I'm going to say, as Arlo, the effect of this is that I'm going to go ahead and just give you temporary less effect. And this I will hold you to. I've been meaning to do this, and I was like, oh, it's too late in the score to do it. But in this case, now you're on Valium. And let me tell you something. I've seen a lot of people on heavy benzos. It makes you less effective at things.
Yeah, well, especially at the things I'm good at, which is hand-to-hand
Physical
combat.
violence. Yeah. You just took your physical violence guy and got rid of his physical violence trait. Temp drug, I'm going to say.
Oh, I can't
less
even use
effect.
Rage Essence if I needed to because I'm out of items. Damn.
Well, Rage Essence is italicized, meaning you could use it for free.
It's free.
Yeah. So your boy has other drugs.
Okay. Got some uppers and some
Balance
downers
it out.
going
Yeah.
on here.
That's fine.
I got some uppers in the back pocket. Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say that while
Okay.
this is happening, you see another vial start glowing off in the distance. It sounds like the explosives expert is planning on blowing somebody up soon.
I'm going to take Arlo, or no, I'm going to take Bazos from Arlo. I've got him. Don't worry. You deal with that out there.
Yeah, no, totally.
He's trying to like kiss bite you, but it's more cute than, and also gross because he's has like hollow, sunken, dead looking eyes. But no, he's no longer a threat to you.
Arlo's gonna stand up slowly and kind of like shake his arms. He's like, I feel kind of numb. What'd you use?
Yes, I'm sorry about that. It was just a little bit of my sleepy time powder. It
Oh.
should wear off soon. But
Okay.
you should feel pretty good right now.
During this conversation, we now see the bottle glowing in the background, which is going to get thrown soon.
Hold on. I think once I got hit, I would have moved in that general direction with Asena.
Okay. So you now know
I wanna
where this
go intercept
person
that guy.
is. Yeah, you can see him now. He was in the dark, but now he has a glowing bottle. So you know exactly where he is because he's holding a glowing bottle.
I don't know. Arlo, Jake, did you want to do something else?
No, you can do something. I am drugged and just got attacked by a zombie. I'm chilling for a second.
I'm going to I don't remember how this worked the last time. I'm going to sick Asena on him, like attack him.
Yeah, you could do that. Just whatever's action you want to use to do that.
I mean,
So
it'd be
Asena doesn't have her own stats. She just kind of goes off of yours.
I see. Okay. I guess it'll just be another hunt then.
Attack with precision, shooting at a distance versus skirmish. But you're using your hunting animal. Here's what I'll tell you. You can use a Senna. I'm going to give this to you. You can use a Senna. But this person, you're sicking a dog on a person with an explosive. So think about what could go wrong.
Puppy
Fair.
go pop.
I'm going
Puppy
to
go
shoot.
pop?
I'm
Puppy go
gonna
pop.
shoot this guy instead.
That's probably a better idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to kill your dog.
Nope.
Man.
Nope.
Puppy go
Thank you.
pop.
And he would
Thank
know.
you.
Puppy
He
go
would know where he is because the
pop.
guy has a glowing,
Oh
explosive.
yeah, no,
in
you
his-
can
yeah,
pinpoint him right now. Great. So you want to use Hunt to shoot him?
Yes.
Bang.
right here, Brian.
Let me see it. This is desperate because you know if you miss this shot, you're gonna have another grenade be thrown at you. For now that you can see him like very clearly, this is gonna be with great effect because you are going to shoot a man with a gun.
Yeah.
Fuck. 1, 4, 2.
Okay.
Four is
He
good.
throws the bottle. But right as he does, you fire. And as you fire this gun at him, it actually, with the precision you have, you are actually trying to shoot the bottle, blow him up. Like you were like, I know exactly where he is. I don't know exactly where he is, but I know where the bottle is. If I can hit the bottle, it'll blow up the bottle. He throws the bottle and you fire at the same time and you hit the bottle in between the two of you guys. It's closer to him than it is to you. It blows up. And in the flash of light it creates, you see this man get shrapnel vaporized. He is torn asunder from the explosion. But the consequence of this is that it is very bright and very loud. And you suspect that at this point, there's no way people don't know that somebody's here because there have been multiple gunshots and multiple explosions. And you know that there are people that you were avoiding here, namely the spirit wardens. But he is now goo. So that's that.
Great.
Why don't we cut back to Zinc? Zinc, you are charging at this sniper with a blade. She's pulling on a pistol and pointing it at you. This is your last combatant. What do you do?
I throw the knife at her because I have throwing knives too. Now that I see she has a pistol.
Okay. You have plenty of items. I don't think you've used any of your items.
I put my knife away and I reach in and take my throwing knives out and flick a few at her.
Okay. We'll say it always was the throwing knife. I mean, you kind of didn't really have a chance yet.
I didn't use it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Given that you are both attacking from a distance, I'm going to say you kind of are on equal footing. This is desperate for what are you using? What ability?
I mean, Prowl does say I'm attacking with close violence.
If you want to run up to her and stab her with it, I'll say
because that's what I'm
prowl.
still trying to do. Because what I'm also trying to do is like move in a way to where I'm not just running straight at someone with a pistol, right? Like I'm still trying to kind of like serpentine pattern.
Yeah, I was
to
about to say it's serpentine pattern. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm
we'll just
still
say that
trying to get up there.
Okay, you have your knife and you're going to get up there and stab her. Got it. While she tries to get a beat on you, you can roll prowl in that case.
Yeah.
Desperate, standard.
554. Ooh, that's a good roll.
That was a good roll.
You stab this woman in her throat. And she had fired a shot while you were running at her, but missed. But unfortunately, if you look, whenever people carry a pistol, right next to it, they also have an item that says a second pistol. And from her as this woman's bleeding out, from her other holster, she pulls out a pistol and she sticks it directly in your abdomen and she fires a shot directly into you as she dies. I'm going to go ahead and give you you rolled 2 5s. I'm going to give you a level 1 harm.
I have armor.
You can use it.
I'm using it.
1, 2. Oh yeah, you're good.
I'm liking this.
And I said this was desperate prowl. So don't forget to mark off your desperate ticks.
I marked
not
2.
gonna defeat us,
The last
guys.
one was desperate as well. So I marked 2 ticks.
Excellent. Okay. And with that, all of the combatants are dead. Multiple explosions have happened. You have a drugged Bazos as well as a drugged Arlo. People have been, well, they would have been wounded had it not been for your armor. But you do hear in the distance people shouting and lanterns coming, as you know somebody has been notified that you are here, and it is time to get the fuck out of Dodge. Let's go ahead and give you a level 1 harm called Shrapnel. I spelled shrapnel very wrong. Shrapnel. Anyway.